So naturally, I love a church wedding. But I also think it's nice if festivities take place outside. It's so great to enjoy the beauty of being in nature at this important moment in your life. Letting nature set the mood. Even a little rain can be so beautiful, and I like the superstition that it's good luck. At Southern weddings, there are always a lot of bridesmaids. Let me tell you why I think that is. People are so darn polite in the South, and they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But it's also because you want the maximum number of people standing around you, helping you make this huge commitment. The people you invite to your wedding are the people who are supposed to guard your vows of marriage and help you enjoy the good times and make it through the bad times. You know, there are ups and downs in every marriage. No one can escape that. And beware of anyone who goes on and on about their perfect marriage. It's usually not the full truth. The friends you invite to your wedding are supposed to be there for you both. So you need to be very thoughtful about how you pick them. A piece of advice: do not let anyone pressure you into having random people at your wedding. It's such an intensely personal and private moment, you know? And those are the people you're going to be telling your hopes and dreams to. It's not about getting another blender or letting some great aunt show you off. It's about real vulnerability. And you are the ones who get to choose who gets to see that vulnerability. And most importantly, it's a party. When it comes to the food, I always love it when there's both a groom's cake and a bride's cake. Usually the bride's is a traditional white cake and the groom's is a chocolate cake. Both are important because variety is the spice of life. And of course, the most important thing at any wedding is the music. People must dance, early and often, and with the maximum number of people on the dance floor. At my wedding, my husband's friends very sweetly danced with all the older ladies. My mom had the time of her life, and so did my husband's mom. Always find a cute game friend who will make it his job to keep all the old ladies happy by dancing with them. You get a lot of points in my book for being the guy who dances with the grannies. I've seen a trend toward kid-free weddings, and I have to say, it's not ideal in my book. I think going to weddings is an important way to show children what marriage means, what community means, and what commitment is all about. If they don't get to see the ritual enacted, how are they going to learn? Children need to understand that people stand up for each other, that they care for each other, that they care for their families, and that when they're in love, they want to bring their families together in celebration. I also feel that having kids around keeps us mindful of what a wedding is about. It's a family occasion, not a fashion show. And now let's get real. I've had 2 weddings. The first time I got married, it was at a gorgeous old farm property in Charleston with giant moss-covered oak trees. Charleston is one of the most magical places in our country. It's no wonder so many people get married there. The second time, I got married at my own house, which was a beautiful working farm with chickens, dogs, and goats running around. Yes, I had a farm for a while, before I realized how hard it is to have a farm. I sold it to people who wanted to be full-time farmers. I miss the chickens, but it's better for everyone this way. So there I was in one of the rooms of my farmhouse getting dressed, and my best friend since college, Heather, grabbed my hands. I braced for a pep talk. "Are you ready?" she asked. "Yes," I said, taking a deep breath. "Are you excited?" she said. "Yes," I said and smiled. "Good," she said, "because you only get married for the second time once." I burst out laughing, but my eyes teared up too, because it was true. Life isn't about perfection. There is no rule book. Life has many different chapters, and every chapter deserves celebrating. That point was driven home again moments later, when I went to stand up and leave the room to head to the ceremony. I'd been sitting on a bed in my dress for some time, with my bridesmaids and flower girls and other close family members around me. We were all talking away. Then when the time came, I began to stand up and found I was rooted to the bed by my veil. I looked back and saw several little children sitting on my veil, eating crackers. Crumbs everywhere. Heather and I cracked up. Let's face it, folks, life is not a perfect tableau. So just brush off the crumbs and get the show on the road.